So I told you in the last video that I had a feeling that it would probably be my last video in the studio for a while. Well, that came true. We are in full quarantine in New York, so I'm in my apartment right now, but the show goes on, of course. Check this out. This is my lamp softbox right here. You gotta do what you gotta do in these times. And an interesting piece of information is that my wife is very pregnant right now. So you know those graphs that everyone keeps talking about lowering the curve? Well, the tip of the curve that they're expecting in New York, that's when our baby is due. And the New York City hospitals right now are already getting insane. So what we've decided to do is move to Long Island in with her parents for the time being, and she's gonna deliver the baby in Long Island. But what that means is that this is our last weekend, just the two of us for a while, to say the least. So we wanted to do something special, and special would normally look like a date night. There's a lot of good restaurants around here in Brooklyn, but obviously all the restaurants are shut down right now, which brings us to the point of this video. Today I'm going to be showing you how you can create an incredible restaurant experience in your very own home or your apartment, whatever the situation is. Because what I've seen is that a lot of people have time right now. They're home, they have time to make things from scratch, but what they don't have are big budgets or a lot of ingredients. And that's what we're going to be focusing on today. Really getting crafty with what I have, because I haven't been to the market in a while and my ingredients are dwindling right now, but I still think I can create an incredible meal from scratch that we'll both be happy with and we can have a great date night. So my wife was born in Israel, and her favorite cuisine is by far Middle Eastern, Mediterranean, that area of the globe. And I happen to have some chickpeas hanging around in the pantry. And the point of this video is not necessarily to give you the exact recipes. You can totally follow along with everything. Honestly, if you have some dried chickpeas, some chicken, and some flour, you're gonna be able to make some version of this dinner. But I really just wanna show you how I'm gonna get crafty with just a few ingredients, with what I have. And when I was looking in my pantry, I had some dried chickpeas, so last night what I did was I soaked them in water and let them hydrate. A few weeks ago I bought a whole chicken and I chopped it up, butchered it. I definitely want these chicken thighs, those will be delicious. And then this is chicken breast with the skin on. I think one of those will be perfect. I'll let those defrost for a few hours. So I'm gonna be grilling up some chicken because I figured a lot of people have chicken and maybe you're looking for some creative ideas on how to cook it. So I have 2 chicken thighs with the skin on and 1 chicken breast with the skin on. I just pounded this out a tiny bit to even out the chicken breast. I'm gonna get this chicken on a paper towel to dry out, and then we'll work on a little spice rub. All right, not as many spices as the studio, but I still got the classics that I need. My favorite spices. We'll use some cumin seeds, some coriander seeds, a little chili, some dried herbs. Why not a little cinnamon down here? There we go. A little bit of sumac. Why not? Some turmeric as well. That's what we call flavor bomb right there. When you're eating this type of food, you're constantly dipping pita into everything. It really houses all the flavor, and it's so crucial to carry the entire meal. I was in a restaurant called Shaya in New Orleans, and they served me this piping hot pita. It was the first thing I tasted from the restaurant. I was by myself. I was actually on a run, just randomly stumbled upon this place. And I took 1 bite into this fluffy, fresh pita from the brick oven. And my mind was so blown by this pita that I called my wife and I told her, we're coming here together. And about a year later, we went back pretty much just to try that pita again. And of course, to experience all the other joys of New Orleans. But let me show you how to make incredible pita at home. So I took out a bowl and added 2 teaspoons of instant yeast and just about 1.5 cups of warm water, then 2 teaspoons of honey. Any type of sugar product will work to help activate the yeast and give it a little extra flavor. Then I added in all-purpose flour just until it formed a pancake batter-like consistency.
So what we made right here is a starter for our pita, and now we're just gonna let this activate, and it's gonna ensure that this bread is super active and it's super fluffy, and you're gonna get a nicer final product. So we'll let that sit for about an hour until it's super bubbly. All right, check out this fluffy beauty right here. There's your starter, nice and active. So now all I need to do is just start adding flour. I'm gonna add some salt and some olive oil. And once I get a consistency, a dough that feels really nice, then I can start the kneading process. I feel like this time of year I always have some type of potato hanging around in my pantry, and there comes a time when you just have to get rid of them. You just have to cook them, and that's what we're gonna do right now. So I'm gonna take a little inspiration from Greek cuisine and do a lemon style potato, and all I have to do is cut these up and add a few ingredients. Just gonna give the potatoes a soak for about an hour to release some of that starch. Now I'm still not exactly sure how I'm going to grill these up, but I feel like when you're doing grilled potatoes or fries, this step can never hurt. Alright, so now that our potatoes are dried off, time to go in with our lemon herb oil and just toss them up. So I've marinated the chicken, I made the pita dough, and I've got these potatoes ready. And the reason I haven't cooked anything is because we're going out to the grill. So not the best time for grilling right now, but desperate times call for desperate measures. And luckily, being rained on in these times are made a lot better by this thing right here, which is my new charcoal grill by Napoleon. So this grill right here is the Charcoal Pro 605. In most cases in New York, you're actually not allowed to have propane grills, and this charcoal grill doesn't make me miss propane at all because of one very, very special element right here. So check this out. This is the lever that controls the height of the coal. So if I put it down, I have full temperature control. Insane. I'm gonna be testing out this grill for the first time, but Napoleon makes a whole range of grills and they're all incredible, from propane to charcoal, all different sizes. So make sure you go to napoleon.com to check out all of their products. But I'm ready to have myself a Napoleon moment right now. This is such a game changer to be able to temperature control charcoal, because you still get the flavor of the smoke, but I've never been able to temperature control. So at first I had it way up there. I'm going to take it down just a bit so it can slowly cook. And I've just got some peppers here. I'm just going to roast those peppers. I'll turn that into a dip. Take a look at this here. Oh yeah, almost there. Almost there, a little longer. So I got the chicken up here, just kind of slow cooking away. peppers are just about done. And then I shifted over this pan with the potatoes, direct heat. And that's just gonna roast, that's gonna reduce, and these should cook down nicely. And then once these potatoes have absorbed this liquid, then I might throw them on the grill to char up a bit, we'll see. So you see the potatoes absorb all that liquid, all the lemon, and now they're just frying in oil. What I'm gonna do is, let's get some smoky char on those things. I've got my dough here. Boom. No oil, no nothing. I'll get ready for perfect pita very quickly. I'm gonna time lapse this. This is what it's all about, my friends. Ah, it's too hot. The only thing better than that is dipping that in a lot of stuff. So I had plans on making falafel with the chickpeas. I also wanted to make a few other side dips, but it's just been a hell of a day, to be honest. So I'm gonna keep it limited tonight, which is fine. This is unique times and you gotta just do what you can. So I'm just gonna make some hummus, but I'm also gonna use these roasted green peppers to make a dip. And the hummus is really simple. I'm gonna take those soaked chickpeas and I'm gonna put them in a pot, cover them with water and bring them to a boil, then reduce the heat and then just cook them until they're tender and they can smash between your fingers. All right, the chickpeas are cooked through. This is what you're looking for. Smush. It's nice and tender. So let's blend these up. The first time I saw my friend make traditional hummus, the amount of tahini that he used I thought was insane. It looked like overload, but it was the best hummus I've ever had. I have about half a cup left. Obviously, I'm not going to the store anytime soon to get more tahini, so I'm just gonna use what I have, but I would recommend using more tahini than this, maybe timesing it by 4. See, that's pretty thick right now, so I'm just going to take this water from the chickpeas and start funneling it in. Check this out. And remember, this is warm right now. When it cools, it's going to thicken up a lot. So if you like this consistency for cold hummus, then you're going to have to add more water because this is just going to get thicker. All right, my last line of defense for this hummus, a garlic chili oil that I made probably 3 weeks back. I chopped up garlics, added some chili flakes to some olive oil. Look how this is gonna enhance this hummus. Oh, come on. You dip some pita into that. Just a little bit of dried herbs. There's a really popular Middle Eastern meze that uses roasted red peppers and walnuts. It's a delicious dip, but I don't have either of those things. But you saw that I roasted these guys right here. So I'm gonna use these in place of the roasted red peppers. And I do have some almonds, so I'm gonna use these instead of the walnuts since we're just getting crafty with what we have. So I'm just gonna start off by peeling the skins off these peppers and we'll throw everything in the food processor. At this point, I would normally add parsley, but hey, I don't have parsley. I've got cilantro, which will be just fine. The last few ingredients, I want to add just a little bit of chili, spice it up. Oh, a little hit of some lemon, just to brighten it up. Can't forget the salt. It's looking good. I just realized with the cilantro and the green pepper, this is pretty much a salsa verde with almonds, but it's freaking delicious.